So, I've talked about some of this already, but as you know, I sent an email to all of our editor-in-chief to ask what things you wanted me to cover here, and I believe that this talk is being videoed and will be on the website, so everybody will be able to see it. But this will go to all of our other editors-in-chief as well as here. So the responses I had were further improvements to communication, better editorial tools and a review database, customizable instruction for authors, various new features and processes, faster turnaround times, acceptance dates different from publication dates, I'll come to, impact factors, and we need impact factors faster. Well, we have to talk to Thomson Reuters about that. Plagiarism checking, which I'll discuss, and discussions about the Google ads. So, just to quickly recap on the things that I haven't talked about. In terms of further improvements to communications, there are a number of things that I'm announcing first here that we think we'd like to see what your views are on this and to move forward. We think it would be useful to establish an editor's advisory board, a group of about 8 to 10 people who cover between them cover the gamut of types of journals, so small, large journals, society, non-society journals, geographical spread, so we want people from around the world, who can advise us on things that we're planning or that they think we should be doing, and we can have sort of good interaction with a small group of people, and then they can be representative of editors as a whole. That would be a sort of 2-year term, so people would join and would stay for 2 years and then move off, give a chance for another set of editors to be on that board. We think the best way to do that would be to have editors either nominate other editors or nominate themselves, and then to choose a representative set of people who cover those different groups out of those nominations. So that's something we're thinking is a good idea, quite like your feedback on. We're keen to move forward on that. We also are planning to organise a senior contact network. I'm not sure what the right name for this is, because we haven't had time to really come up with a very clear name for it. But one of the things that people have said is that our journal development editors are lovely, lovely people, but there are a couple of things. One is that they are often quite early on in their careers, and they do move on, they get promoted. We pride ourselves on appointing extremely good, extremely clever people, and they do get other jobs, and they do move on. And hopefully within our department, but sometimes they do. And we can't always give you the same contact. The other thing is that as we grow, we do have to appoint new people, and we do therefore then have to rearrange the groups of journals that people are working on. Sometimes we have to make changes because of that. We're about to appoint 2 new journal development editors to cover the very large number of journals we have, and that means some changes in journal development editor contact. So we realise that that means that you want someone more constant also to talk to, who you can maybe talk to about strategic things and stuff. So we thought we will appoint, for every editor, we will give you a senior contact within the organisation, someone in our senior management team who will be someone you can talk to when you want to, and hopefully they will not move quite so regularly. So that won't replace in any way your day-to-day interaction with your journal development editors, but there may be things that you want to occasionally touch base with the senior person about, and the senior person may want to touch base with you. So that's another thing we're going to be doing. We also, as I say, want to have more feedback from you on how we can make the editor's newsletter more useful to you, more informative to you, and that would be helpful. And we are also going to, this is something we've been planning for a while, we just haven't managed to do it yet. We want to implement an annual editors satisfaction survey. So as we do an author satisfaction survey, we want an editor satisfaction survey. So during the next few months, we will be sending you an email asking you to fill in a short questionnaire about how you're feeling, and then we'll do that every year, and we will publish the results, and we will act on the comments that we get from you. So, coming soon. In terms of our systems and processes, I've talked a little bit about this, and Matt's going to talk about this some more later. We are completing the rollout to the new platform. Will give us the flexibility we need. We're going to implement the reviewer database. We're going to start work on the, well, we have started work on the new editorial tools. The design is very nearly there. We just need to actually make them happen. We're going to complete our production process improvements, and we will implement customizable instructions for authors very shortly. Other things that we've been asked for and we will do. A number of editors have asked us that we have, currently the standard on our journal is to have the editorial acceptance and the publication date as the same date. But that actually isn't what people want. So sometimes we have to delay publication of things for people are waiting for something in a special issue, or there are reasons why the acceptance date and publication date are different. So we're looking at making a change so that we can change that acceptance date so that we have a submission, acceptance and publication date, something that we will draw up the plans for in the next month or so. Plagiarism checking is something that people asked about. We do have a system called cross-check, which, if you're worried about any article, you talk to Journal Development Editor, they can run the article you're worried about through cross-check to make sure, which checks against the database of published stuff out there, and I think non-published stuff out there as well, and it will tell you whether there's likely plagiarism going on. This will be incorporated into our new editorial tools, but at the moment, if you're worried about an article, just get in touch with us and we'll run it through the software. And I'm very pleased to tell you that, as from yesterday, there are no Google ads on our independent journals, and there will not be any more Google ads on our independent journals. Something that we wanted to, could have worked quite nicely, but somehow the way that Google does their advertising meant that it wasn't working, and we were getting very strange adverts turning up on some of our pages. So we've decided that rather than trying to make it work any longer, we just turn them off, which is what we've done. So they're no longer there. So in summary, and I've probably gone over time, open access is growing very rapidly, and we are working very hard to stay, to make sure that we can continue to be the leading open access publisher, that we're continuing to give you the service and improve even the service that we're giving you to make sure our authors are still happy, that we are, we can continue to grow and be out there in the face of all this competition, and that we can be successful. We've done a lot, and we're planning a lot more, and we're very much looking forward to working with you on all of that over the next years. So, thank you very much.